When you think about Chinese car brands, the big ones making waves in Australia, BYD, MG, those are the names that probably spring to mind first.
Right, they get a lot of the headlines.
Exactly. But there's this other player, a genuinely massive one, GAC, that's Guangzhou Automobile Group Co., and they are officially making their move here.
And when you say massive, it's kind of hard to overstate. We're talking over 2 million vehicles produced in 2024 alone.
2 million.
Yeah. And they aren't just, assembling cars. They have this huge global R&D network, design studios in places like Milan, LA, research hubs in Shanghai. It's a serious operation.
Okay, so our mission today, let's unpack what GAC is bringing to Australia first, an initial lineup. So GAC officially kicks off in Australia October 2025. And the first wave seems pretty strategic. There's the Aion V electric SUV.
That's the main one to watch, I think.
Right. And the word is they're aiming for a starting price, get this, under $45,000.
Which, for a midsize electric SUV, that's immediately going to grab attention. It puts it right in the mix, potentially undercutting some key competitors.
So let's look at the Aion V itself. What makes it competitive beyond just price?
Well, size-wise, it's about 4.6 meters long, pretty standard for that class. Tare weight is around 1,880 kilos, which isn't too heavy for an EV.
Okay.
And the battery, this is interesting, it's a big 75 kilowatt-hour LFP pack.
LFP, right. Lithium iron phosphate, known for being durable, safer, maybe a bit cheaper.
Exactly. And they're estimating around 480 kilometers of WLTP range from that. That's based off the older 602-kilometer NEDC figure, but 480 WLTP is still very solid.
Now, LFP sometimes gets a knock for slower charging compared to, say, NMC batteries. But you mentioned the specs were good here.
Yeah, that's the other key bit. Despite being LFP, it supports high-speed charging, up to 180 kilowatts.
180 kilowatts.
That's fast.
It really is. They claim it can go from 30% to 80% charge in just 16 minutes.
16 minutes. Wow, okay. That counters the typical LFP concern quite effectively.
Totally.
And they're making a point about safety. The car has what they call a 720-degree protective structure. More importantly, they've highlighted that the LFP battery pack passed a tough 180-degree nail penetration test.
The nail test, right. That's designed to simulate a really severe internal short circuit.
Yeah, and it passed without fire or smoke. They're clearly trying to build trust quickly by emphasizing battery safety alongside the price and features.
Combine that charging speed with decent performance, 150 kilowatt motor, 0-100 in about 7.9 seconds, and you've got a package that looks, well, very competitive on paper.
So the Aion V looks set to challenge the core midsize SUV market. But you mentioned GA has a deep bench globally. What else should we keep an eye on?
Well, yeah, exactly. To really understand their potential impact, you have to look beyond the initial launch. Take the Aion UT, for example.
The U2. Haven't heard much about that one yet.
It's just launching now in some overseas markets, like Nepal, actually. And it's aimed squarely at the compact EV segment. Think, BYD Dolphin territory, maybe the MG4 Atto 1.
Okay, so a smaller, potentially more affordable option? Potentially, yeah. Price and features.
So wrapping this up then, what's the big takeaway for you listening to this?
Well, I think it's that GAC isn't just, another brand entering the market. This is a global heavyweight.
Right. Millions of cars produced annually.
And they're coming into Australia with what looks like a very well-spec'd, competitively priced EV in the Aion V right out of the gate.
Plus, they have this pipeline of other potentially disruptive models like that compact Aion UT already challenging rivals overseas.
Exactly. Which leads to the big question, really. Given GAC's sheer production muscle, their focus on aggressive pricing from day one, and this emphasis on cutting-edge battery safety.
How quickly could they genuinely shake up the EV landscape here in Australia? It feels like the market is getting more competitive by the month.
It certainly does.